Howdy y'all, and welcome back to the workshop. Now, I did just get back from a wonderful vacation in Texas with my girlfriend and their family. I'm feeling extra patriotic. Now, in today's video, we will be revisiting an old failed project, the Turkish Twist. If you click here, you get to see that video and how it failed. The welds did not take in the multi-bar forge weld, and they ended up just snapping apart and coming undone. It's really bad. So our duel with that Turkish Twist is not done yet, and we'll be retrying that today. Now, to start off, I'm going to be stacking up 25 layers of alternating 1084 and 15 and 20 steel to make the first 25 layers. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different in this build than the last time. I'm going to restack those 25 layers to make a total of 50 layers. Then I'm going to twist that and then stack those bars together. It's going to be a super fun process, and I'm super glad you're here to join me. With the billet now completely cooled down, we have it drawn out to 3/4 of an inch by 1.5 inches, and it is about 17 inches long, but there's probably only going to be 15.5 inches of usable material. So we'll go ahead and chop this bad boy in half, get it restacked to create our 50 layer pattern. We'll get that squared up and it'll be ready to twist. So with all that, we can go ahead and do a really cool transition and have two pieces already cut. And just like that, we have two nice little pieces ready to get stuck together and become one piece. So all we have to do now is weld it, throw it in the forge, heat it up really super hot, and then smash it together. So let's go do that. We have the bar drawn out to 3/4 by 3/4. It's time to get this bad boy twisted up. But first, we need to get it cut into 4 6-inch sections. And we'll get those magically cut. And just like that, we have 4 perfectly cut sections. They're still very hot. I just cut them. Now, we go ahead and light the forge here behind me and get these bad boys twisted up. Now, it's very important to knock down the corners of the bar before you twist them. It just helps prevent delaminations or any type of cold shuts from occurring during the twisting process. with all the bars now cooled down, you can see we have 2 right-hand twists and 2 left-hand twists. And what that does is it creates that herringbone pattern, or the Turkish twist, as it is also formerly known as. So with these bars now twisted up, we can go ahead, hop over to the grinder, get these bars nice and cleaned up and ready for our second forge weld. So let's go do that. With the 4 bars of Twist Damascus welded together, it's time to light up the forge and get those bad boys forge welded together. Now I'm going to take nice, short, slow passes through the press just to ensure that those forge welds really stick before I do any type of drawing out or aggressive movements. This is where I really screwed the pooch last time I tried the multi-bar Damascus Bowie. These forge welds did not take, and so the knife ended up splitting into 4 different pieces, which is no good. So I really want to make sure that I set the forge welds on this heat and get it nice and stuck. Now that the bar has cooled down completely and I have it to the dimensions I'm pretty happy with, I went ahead and drew on here. We're going to be doing a Fishmouth weld again. And that's just where I cut out a V section out of the top here and then bring that back, forge weld that together. It helps the twist patterns flow into each other a little bit nicer, looks a little more clean. So we'll go ahead and get that done. And don't want to bore you guys with all the cutting, so with the power of editing, and just like that, we have a nice little V cut out there. So we can go ahead and light the forge, get that nice and hot, and go ahead and get this bad boy stuck together. Now for the Fishmouth weld, the process is fairly simple. This is my second attempt at it. You just want to slowly bring those 2 edges together. Go too fast, just a nice slow process using lots of flux to make sure that that metal stays clean. Once I get those 2 pieces to touch, I then can go ahead and start setting that weld with some more strategic blows with my hammer. So now we have our blade pretty rough forged here. I went ahead and drew some lines on it to get our rough shape. Those are pretty rough lines. I'm going to do some actual measuring and get all that figured out here. It's been a real hot one today on the forge. I sweat through my leather apron, as you guys probably saw earlier. It got so much worse. It's now a completely different shade of leather, but it's okay. Now, we have a whole lot of grinding to do. So we can go ahead and get our profile ground up and keep on moving. Now with the rough grinding done, we can go ahead and get this bad boy normalized and make it completely normal. We do this by heating the blade up to a critical temperature and then letting it cool down to the ambient temperature, which is just the temperature around us outside. So basically room temperature. This helps refine the grain structure and just gets everything nice and ready for the heat treat. Now, it's always a good rule of thumb to run the knife through 3 normalizing cycles, all three at differing temperatures, slowly decreasing temperature each cycle. For the video's sake, I only showed the first normalizing cycle. I did do 2 more after that, but now the knife is ready for heat treat. The kiln has finally cooled down to where we can put this bad boy back in there and go for our tempering cycles. We will be tempering it at 400 for 2 hours. Now, with the blade successfully tempered and out of the kiln, you can see some of that pattern start to pop through. Looks really cool, and I'm very excited about it. But as they say with Twist Damascus, the deeper you grind, the better the pattern looks. And this bad boy's sitting at about 1/4 of an inch thick, so there's plenty of grinding to be done, but we'll have to save that for part 2. It's going to take us to the end of part 1. Thank you guys so much for following along and joining me in my rematch with the Turkish Twist pattern. I'm very confident that I got this one forge welded together, so I'm excited to see how it turns out. And with that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification button to stay tuned for part 2 of this build. I'm really excited for it, and I will see you guys in the next one.